Hey guys, you asked some questions, so I'm gonna do a quick Q&A. Hopefully, I'm getting a hang of this faster answering, so you don't have to listen to me talk and talk and talk like before. Okay, first of all, I wanna just comment on something that happens a lot to me. So what happens a lot is that a client from from the past will reach out to tell me that the spells have worked, but um, now they're having some issues again. So I don't even. This is something that I don't like. That some of you guys don't even tell me about movements, about when it manifests, nothing, and then you just reach out where when you have another problem, or like if you don't have another problem, never again. So, of course, that is okay. That's your right. But I would really like to know. Okay, I would really like to know, not just for my statistics, which is impossible to keep because of cases like this, but also because it makes me happy. It makes me happy, okay, guys? So please tell me when you get your ex back, okay? So I'm also gonna comment on this because of one more thing. So the person wrote, "Hi there, do you still do spells? The ones you did for me before actually worked. They just took a little longer than expected, about 6 months." So this was, by the way, this is a male client and the ex is female. So for all of men out there who think that females can't come back with spells, you're wrong, like I always say. So why am I commenting on this? Because most people are so impatient that they think if they have a hard situation that 6 months is too long. It's not long. It didn't take long actually. So just wanted to say that. Now I'm gonna get into your questions. So question number one is, can skull spells only be done on the full moon? The answer is no. They can be done whenever. Any spell can be done whenever. Okay. The reason why I do them only on the full moon is because, as you know, I've been practicing for 21 years now, and I have, tested spells on different, cycles of the moon, and I've kind of realized that the skull spells work the best on the full moon in my practice. Again, it depends. So if you yourself are doing some skull spells, um, you can do them whenever it works the best for you, and there is no rule that they can only be done on the full moon. That's not a rule. That's just what works for me, from my experience, the best. So you can absolutely do them whenever. So from my experience and my testing, it turned out that the targets tend to listen the best on the full moon. And why only this spell is performed on full moon is because it's a different type of spell. So, as a lot of you know, a skull spell is brain work. So it's when we instruct someone's brain. So it's just like the head, the skull, right? The brain. So it's different. And that is how, I have come to this conclusion myself over time. So the skull spell is one of the first spells that I have, created that's more complicated. When I was 20, so long, long ago, and it took some testing, some adjusting to get to where we are now. Absolutely, I always, try to improve myself, improve my spell work. Nobody is perfect. I always work on myself, on my spells, and this is why the skull spell is performed on the full moon in my practice. Again, there are different types of, obviously, skull spells. They're usually, the skull candles are usually used, obviously, for brain work, and they can be done whenever. Absolutely, it doesn't have to be on the full moon. This is just how I do them, how it works best for me. Okay, so The next question, and this is like the question that I get pretty much every week, and that is, why am I suddenly getting so much attention from girls or boys or men, women, whoever? Um, and I've answered this one already, so I'm gonna keep it short. It's because any type of love working makes you more attractive to everyone else, not just to your ex. And that is why this is happening. And this pretty much every client experiences this. And yeah, it's normal and enjoy. It's a fun side effect, isn't it? A really, really nice one. Okay. Next question. Can I learn to read the tarot? Yes. Yes. Tarot, everyone can learn to read tarot cards. The thing is that every single person has intuition, and every single person has spirit guides. Every single person has guardian angels. And tarot cards, you need to learn the meanings of the cards, of course. Every card has a lot of meanings depending on the question, depending on the situation, depending on the surrounding cards, on a lot of things. So it takes years and years to learn to read tarot. And of course, there are people who are better at it. There are people who are not as good. It depends, because our intuition and our connection with our spirit guides and with everything is not the same. We are all different. We all have different talents. So some people are very talented for the spiritual work, and some people are not. But every single person has potential, right? Just like some people are very talented for sports, and some people just do it like a recreation and are not that great at it, but they can do it. So I do think that everyone can learn to an extent, absolutely, if that's something that interests you. It's very interesting, by the way. It's really, I love the tarot. It's so magical. Another thing I will say is that reading for yourself can be tricky. So if you're like learning to do the tarot, to get your own readings, it can be tricky, because your intuition, when you read for yourself, is mixed with your anxieties, with your fears. So you really need to kind of balance those, and not everyone can really read for themselves, or maybe not in every period of life, depending on how you're doing and stuff like that. Also, if you want to read for others, that's great to do as a practice. But to actually professionally do it, you need a lot of experience, years and years, because it just takes a lot of experience and a lot of learning the tarot. It's not something you can learn fast, but it's interesting to learn it, and it's always like you always learn more and more and more. So I do encourage you to do it, absolutely. It's also another recommendation is to get the original deck. Now, I can never pronounce the name. I'm sorry, so I just call it the original deck. You can Google what I mean, and it's the deck that I use if you saw my deck. Because it's, number one, it's really good for beginners. And number two, when it was created, the images also, have their meanings themselves. So it can be like better to use. And I always use the original when I do my readings for my clients. And there's a bunch of fun decks, there's like, I don't know, thousands and thousands of tarot decks with all sorts of themes, and that's really cute, and they can be so beautiful, and yeah, they work just as good. But I just think that the original is the best, if it's like something that's like for professional work. I just prefer it myself. Of course, it depends on a reader and on a person. Everybody has their favorite deck, so for me it's just the original one, and that's the one that I use for the clients. But there are absolutely others that I own and love, but they're more just like because they're pretty, and I don't know. I love the tarot cards, obviously. So I hope that answers that question. Okay, that you are satisfied with the answer, I mean. So the next question was about cleansing spells. So as you know, you can get cleansing for a relationship to cleanse the negative energy between the two people, or you can get a cleansing just for an individual, yourself or someone else. So what a cleansing for yourself does, it clears the negative energies that you have, because we all have some. And this is the question I get a lot after a cleansing, that, why do I feel it? Why do I feel better? Why do I already feel lighter the same day when it was done, probably at the moment it was done? It's because cleansing is an immediate spell. So with love spells, we need to wait for, energies to adjust, for your vibration to adjust, for universe to arrange a situation, for your ex to be impacted with spells enough, a bunch of stuff, right? But with cleansings, it's immediate. It's just clearing the negative energy. It works fast. So yes, most clients will just tell me that they feel lighter, they feel better, they feel less anxious, and that's the point of the cleansing. So that's what it does. So basically, that is that. Now, when it comes to the cleansing between two people, so negative energies between two people, that's a different thing, because it can take time to clear resentment that someone else is feeling for you. So that's kind of what we're doing. We're clearing the resentment that someone else is feeling for you. So it's a different spell, basically, although they're all called cleansings, but it's done differently and it works differently. You, however, can still feel like lighter and more cleansed just because you were involved, but the other person will not immediately, stop resenting you. That's not how it works. So it's a bit different. I hope I have kind of explained that. So basically, what you have probably noticed is that spells that are just done for you, your individual spells, so find a new job, road openers, glamours, cleansings, tend to work faster than when there's another person involved, which is normal because we need to influence another person, and that takes time, and they can accept our pushes or not, and they can be stubborn or not, and it's just different. So that is why I hope I have explained it well so everyone understands. Okay, guys, so this is it for today. I hope I helped someone. I hope you're having a beautiful week. Weekend's almost here. I hope you'll do something nice, something fun, something relaxing, whatever you're into. And bye. Love you.